Greetings, Geeks, and welcome to episode 454 of Geeks in Space, a special After Dark edition featuring Mad Max 2. And I am Rob Commander Tacomalda, and I am here today with Chris DeBona.
Hello, mates.
Nate Ostendorp.
I'm only here for the gasoline.
And Rob Roseboom.
The juice.
Hello.
Are we ready to discuss the most important movie of, 1981 was this?
I believe so. Yes, I am ready.
All right.
I'm totally ready.
Do we have the needed supplies? I have coffee. I have whiskey. And my plan tonight is to drink every time a new character shows up with an amazing hairstyle.
Or if they show you their buttocks.
There's a lot of buttocks. I also
we'll be in ample supply.
Mm-hmm.
I also have Pickle Rick Pringles.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
They are...
You're a true fan.
They are stunningly pickle tasting.
Oh, God. I wonder if the pickle juice came from your Holland manufacturing pickle center.
Ooh,
It's true.
it's possible. The taste of home.
The taste of home, vinegar and pickles.
That's right.
Let's get going.
The first thing about this movie that was a trick for me was just trying to keep track of that it's Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior, and just like the different naming conventions in Australian versus United States release. This is kind of a tricky movie to like figure out, just the name.
Yeah.
I don't think it's much of a head scratcher. Let's get going.
And the font, this is like classic GIMP font.
Yeah.
You know, remember the GNU image manipulation program? I'm not being offensive. This was one of the fonts with like the tiger pattern.
I, in fact, wrote Lisp scripts to generate logos using basically this metallic fade.
I remember
I
this.
know.
Yes.
I know.
That was cool. I remember you doing that. Yeah. And then we got involved with themes.org.
Oh,
but let's
yeah.
not go there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll be all kinds of fun. Let's see. Our first mark is 207.
Yeah. So if you just hit play somewhere around here, this really reminded me of the Fallout 2
and the
introduction.
desert sprouted great cities of pipe and steel.
I mean, you can't tell me that they weren't aping this movie
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
in their intro. I mean, it's
This
so
is the-
obvious.
This is the quintessential, post-apocalyptic survival movie.
Mm-hmm.
What I like
This-
about
I mean, it
this,
is.
Started a whole genre.
what I like a lot about this is that a lot of the stuff is just like stock photography footage, and then a lot of it is just from Mad Max, the first one.
So yeah, they didn't pay much at all for the first 8 minutes of this film.
4 minutes and 20 seconds until the actual movie starts.
Yeah, I think you said, dude, exclamation point, 420, exclamation point. Finally, the montage is over.
That
I
was
guess
my
his wife
note.
and kid died in the first one. I didn't.
Yeah,
The
this
baby
this
shoot.
is,
80s.
Yeah.
this is just so you don't have to sit through Mad Max. They sum it
very
up in 4
sensitive.
minutes better than the whole movie has summed itself up. So
Mhm.
Here
Yep,
we go.
And I did. That was my note for this 420 dude. Because this is when you actually finally see his car,
You know,
and like the youngest.
isn't the highway in remarkable shape for being a post-apocalyptic highway? Like, he shouldn't be able to go this fast or as fast as they go in any of these shots on a 3-year, 4-year, 6-year unmaintained highway.
We live in Michigan, and there is no piece of road in all of the lower peninsula of Michigan that is that nice.
that's true.
All right,
I mean, there are entire states in the United States that don't have roads that nice. Hey, it's a dog.
it's a popo.
He's out of liters, even though all they talk about is gallons.
It's weird.
It's true. So what do we got? This is
Some
rough.
great car wrecks.
There's a lot.
Great.
Yeah, so my point about this here is, a lot of people give sort of short shrift to the Road Warrior. There's a lot of important messages in this. There's a lot of progressive thinking, actually, and that
Really
would have made an excellent commercial for distracted driving. Like if the Australian government did not take that clip and showed it in high schools to teach children why it's important to pay attention while you're raiding on the highway. It was a waste. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's true. And I mean, it is fair that this movie was for sure used in classrooms throughout Australia.
Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
That's the only way that I can explain raster.
Well, I mean, the geography class here on the left, Casablanca, London, Los Angeles. You have how many miles away it is. It's very educational.
So my note here was just check out. I love that poster. The vermin have inherited the earth. That is awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat too. This whole scene was just weird. Keep going. When you hit 6:18, let it play for less than 100 seconds or whatever. And we get the scream. Give us the scream.
Oh, hold on. Before the scream, I have to do the thing I have to do.
Oh,
nice
okay.
hairstyle.
So every time.
Actually, I think I might have to take 2 drinks because his boyfriend has also got some pretty amazing hair. He looks like he could be in like Winger, maybe. Yeah. Winger or one of the hair bands. And this is like, I would like to say this also inspired Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and Burning Man. Because this is a really inclusive, progressive, post-apocalyptic society. Yeah,
I'll also point out that this guy here is also the bad guy in Commando. This is Bennett from Commando. So he had a good couple of years.
He did. I like this. They look at each other.
Is the scream coming?
Yeah.
I don't want to let this run too long, as we've discussed.
Yeah, he can keep going. He just lets out this ridiculous scream. It's like really muddy gas. That's not good gas.
No, and I mean they're driving at like 100 miles an hour, so that will get them up approximately like 2 miles down the road. All the stuff he's going to get in that hat.
Well, especially in that big V8 engine of his.
Yeah.
No one's driving an economical car,
and he's not running a turbo, right? Because he's letting the exhaust come straight out of 8 pipes.
There it is.
Does he just really like the guy's gas?
I don't know why he's screaming. This doesn't make any sense.
He's trying to intimidate him. Didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
He made his bluff check. All right, we're going up to...
He reclaims the ammo. I appreciate that he pulled the dart out of his arm and put it in his quiver.
If there's anything that we've learned from Dungeons and Dragons with mean dungeon masters, that's something you really have to do.
It's true.
I gotta say, how young Mel Gibson looks.
Yeah. Like you can barely recognize him.
Yeah.
I also want to note that he has a monkey wrench on, you can see kind of it there, on his belt. I just love that, like, part of his post-apocalyptic wardrobe is a spanner.
Yeah, and the semi, if you noticed, is named Earth. It has Earth spray painted on the side of it. That's fantastic.
Wait. So if the vermin have inherited the Earth,
yep,
right?
Is that just they inherited the truck?
Yeah, they're just talking about that truck.
I mean, I think the probate status of the truck is not, all that cleared up.
Oh, we have Rob wants to know diesel gas.
Not me.
All right. Oh no, that was a Chris note.
Yeah. So he's going crazy about this truck, right? But his car runs off of
probably
high octane gas, not diesel. So I don't think it's a diesel turbocharged muscle car. And later on, he says, "I need diesel for the truck, and I need high octane fuel for my car." And also, let's get real. If you're in a refining operation in the middle of the outback in the post-apocalyptic desert, you're not going to be able to guarantee 93 or above octane gas. your fractional distillation is not going to be that accurate.
No,
All right.
you're
Let's keep
wasting you're running from engine knock all the time.
Right?
For sure.
So I just wanted to note this movie, if you watch, has so many really cool skies.
They do.
And that was actually something like I couldn't help but notice parallels between this and Fury Road, which does a lot of the same things. But this has a lot of like color. I assume this is some sort of color grading to get the red sky, but there's a lot of shots that have like weird color grading on the skies, which they presumably had to do with like processing the film negatives back in the day. But then also like just throughout the movie, there's like just really amazing clouds in the background, which that's I wouldn't expect.
Nuclear
you to get
winter gives you great sunsets. That's all I gotta say.
that. Right? I like the idea of the future. If it's gonna suck, I mean, it'd be a lot better if it had really cool sunsets than the quarantine version of the post-apocalypse that we get.
I fell in love with this auto gyro man after this. Like I was like, because they used to have ads for these in the back of Popular Mechanics.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I could order the kit. I could order the plans and just be flying around, rural Virginia. Yeah. It wasn't very well thought out.
The funny thing for me about Gyro Man is all of his close-up shots, like when he's actually in the thing, like the propellers are just going so slow. Like it's just like, that's not even remotely good. And this whole sequence totally reminded me of The Fifth Element, the sequence where the "Give me the cash" guy at the front door.
Put on the snake! Put it down! Gently.
Put down the snake.
Give me
Give me the cash.
Now the iron!
Now the iron.
And
It's a gun.
this is the first time in the movie you see someone actually say something. We're like 10 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And until
Hey.
now, you've never seen anyone say anything.
Wait, the scream doesn't count?
The scream's not a word, Chris. It's a feeling, not a word.
It's true.
Also, that's a carpet python he has, and it's not poisonous. So I just wanted to point that out.
We were,
Are you some snake expert, Roseboom? I didn't realize.
I was going to be a zoologist, so I do have a lot of knowledge about animals.
Again, his car stuff totally reused in Fury Road. It's just awesome.
Yep. There was a lot of callbacks,
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of,
The last of the V8 interceptors.
It's a hell of a
Do I
callback.
have to drink for weird hat in addition to weird hair?
No,
No.
you don't have enough booze.
Pass out, man.
Right. Let's see, what do we got here? 1305.
Oh yeah. So right here, this is a ridiculous guard dog. Okay, you can pause. So this makes no sense. I mean, how many prisoners did he shoot in the face before he got the dog trained up? I mean, this is terrible trigger discipline for a guard, pistol guard dog mechanism. It doesn't make any sense. All right, we can keep going.
It's true. Okay, we're gonna go a bit now.
Good.
Let's see. Dog is his bone.
Great dog though.
It took me a while to figure out what was going on with this town.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make any sense. So I say this for 1834, but like these cars, so gas is in short supply. So what are they doing? They're tootling
Driving
around,
everywhere.
basically rolling coal
They're
and
not
burning up
carpooling.
all their gas. You'd think they would have gotten a hybrid,
Right? Or like maybe in the post-apocalyptic wasteland, there's like a triangle lane for people who are willing to drive with 3 people in their car.
Yeah, right.
Right.
HOV.
So
I do like that he's eating the dog food.
yeah,
That
it's
was
good.
that was a great touch. I remember that.
So I actually was watching this part with subtitles on, and I don't
Oh.
know how well you could hear it, but the dialogue in the background is, Smegma crazies to the left, gay boy berserkers to the right.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Right?
That was actually the subtitles.
That
Imagine
was-
translating those subtitles into like, Spanish. You know?
Yeah, you can like hear the crowd yelling in the background through this scene.
Yeah, there was some ridiculous stuff being screamed.
It's pretty fantastic. Let's see.
Again, how inclusive a group of post-apocalyptic monsters. You know?
Well, I don't know if any of you guys put a pause on the man with the pink beard. I mean, there's
I did. He was great. Yeah. He kind of reminded me of Eddie Izzard. You know?
totally.
I was like, look, Eddie Izzard in the 80s.
So here
in
is
Australia.
the point. Here's the point that I wanted to make at this here. Like, this is just another example of how sort of progressive the Humongous is. I mean, he is worried about his people having a good work-life balance, so they
Right?
don't pillage all day long. I mean, obviously, the best time to attack that thing is at night, right? But no, he understands that pillaging is a way of life. It isn't a job, so they have to go back and talk about how they're going to maraud the next day. And
Remember,
he's just good people, you know.
he is.
He just has a
And
job to do.
If you love your work, you never work a day in your life, right?
That's true.
I mean, and Humongous understands that.
Thus spake Lord Humongous.
His work-life balance is very important for
Yeah.
war boys.
It is.
Yeah, you know.
I just this whole sequence is again really cool because this is back in the day, right? They actually just got a bunch of cars and tooled them around in the desert
Yeah.
for a while.
Can you imagine how fun this must have been to shoot?
Oh, blast! Are you kidding? I mean, everyone walked away with some injury, but yeah.
Also, Max is not undercover at all. Like, they can totally see him.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like he's creating quite a profile, up there on the hill.
All of these scenes just make me wish, like, I've never been able to drive a car in anything like bigger than a grocery store parking lot. You know what I mean? Like, just in terms of being able to just drive whatever direction I want to. This would be just fun.
Yeah, we should film one of these in the Bonneville Salt Flats where we just drive in all directions.
We need to figure out a way to film our own episode of what's the Top Gear. We need to just make our own show like that.
Sure. Yeah, but not about cars because that's been done a million years.
No, I just want to drive around and smash things.
Yeah, with like a drone watching us. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, I said 2127 because this guy has a zillion things in his pockets. It's like
Yeah.
he's a Batmobile. He's a bat belt, And
I did like
whoa.
this. Yeah, I did like
Where'd you
this.
get this
scene.
thing?
Yeah.
Spoons, telescopes. Yeah, he's got everything, man. He's like, well, I don't know, man. He's a good guy to have on your side. I guess that's why he eventually gets to become the leader of the tribe, right? I mean, spoilers, but
That's right.
Oh, spoiler, Rob Mulder.
oh,
Jeez, Rob.
from 1981.
Spoiler warning. Let's keep going.
2446.
2446. Yes. So much butt crack in this movie.
Oh, well, that means I have to drink because look at that guy's
Oh,
mohawk.
sorry. Yeah, it's great. It's great hot.
Again, the clouds behind Mel in all of these shots, they're just really nice sky.
Yeah, they did a great job, on these shots.
I mean, that's what you would expect from George Miller, who would, of course, go on to direct such classics as Happy Feet.
Yeah, right? I mean, don't you get the whole Happy Feet vibe from this
yeah.
show?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we're cutting 2446.
Yeah, I just, the first time you see the boomerang, it's right about here. So,
Oh, this kid.
and it's like stainless steel, And honestly, he still kind of creeps me out. That
For
kid.
sure.
Yeah.
There's something about him. It's super creepy.
I mean, feral kids in general are creepy. I mean,
Yep, for sure. So The actress who plays the woman in white, the crossbow, not crossbow, the compound bow wielding woman, it would go on to play Padua Zan in Farscape, the blue
Really?
priestess plant. Yeah. So
That's kinda awesome.
that is the same person. And so right there on the left,
Also, I think
So-
it's worth pointing out that everybody has terrible hair.
Oh,
Well, and
Yeah.
and
well,
shoulder
no, it's
shoulder
classic
pads.
80s hair.
Yeah, a lot of
The sh-
football gear.
Yeah, a
Well,
lot
yeah,
of
and, like-
shoulder pads.
Yeah, but Mad Max only has one. He has half a shoulder pad. It's very strange. Keep going.
All right, Rob, you're next, and you didn't put second counts on these, so you're gonna have to help me a little.
At 31.
Yep.
Oh, the Ayatollah Rock and Rolla.
Yeah, I didn't put second counts because you don't need them.
Excellent.
So like first of all, like the speech is wonderful, of course, but
It is remarkable.
what I truly appreciate is that he brought back the job of the herald. Like,
Right.
you know, there's a lot of things he could have done, a lot of things he could have brought back. And I love that you can get a job now as a herald. If you're just a great, I mean, it's a hype man, basically, right? Fantastic.
All right.
and this is
so,
where my background comes from. This
There you
scene.
go.
So yeah.
So let's see. Great heralds. We've got the Silver Surfer. We've got who else is a great herald? Like, not
What do you
Kumar.
think this neck
The eye
apparatus?
or the mouth of Sauron. I'm sorry.
Mm.
That's
Yep.
called a gorget, right? The neck protector. But his is built out of tires and springs, as you can see, which is great.
Which is what you do.
It's been
And-
so uncomfortable.
This is his distinguishing feature, that and the fact that he has like almost no hair.
I already drank for that, just to be clear.
I wonder if he's related to the guy in Fury Road. Like, is
He's
he
like
his
Portman
uncle?
Joe's cousin.
Yeah, like his cousin. Lord Humongous was my cousin and my inspiration.
You guys awesome. 32,
Let's keep going.
13. So here's some boomerang action here.
Yeah.
Which is all just
So
awesome.
this is when he
Here we go.
Yeah.
this is great.
Oh, right in the head.
And
So that
Finger
person's
bites it.
haircut was actually fine, but now that they have a hole in their head, I feel like I have to drink for that.
I think you're just coming up with excuses.
So
but
what I
okay.
wanted to say about it at this point is just how, like I said, this was a very progressive movie. This is one of the first pro depictions of a same-sex couple.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, and the Humongous helps him through the grieving process.
Right?
He tells him, "We've all lost people we love. My dog of war. We will avenge your lover." I mean, it's great.
It's remarkable. 1981, Reagan was president,
It's Australia.
denying the existence of AIDS. I mean, the whole of society is basically hating on gay people, and George Miller is fronting. He is absolutely representing. I mean, this guy should have gotten a Peace Prize.
But here we go. Here we go.
Oh, the fingers.
Apocalypse Bubbles loses his fingers.
That's my
Apocalypse
favorite.
Everyone laughs. Everyone thinks it's funny.
It's funny that
Right?
you have no fingers.
It's so funny.
And he laughs about it later.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you're
That's
right.
kind of funny.
Bad fingers.
I've got good words, not good ideas.
Quiet! No more games. No more games.
No more games.
Here for a purpose.
We're here for a purpose.
Is that what you wanted, Rob?
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah, the pep talk. Why did you put 36 down, Rob?
We'll go there and find out.
That's a great idea. Let's go there and find out.
All we
So-
have to do is walk away. No, we're
this, these few minutes here show the difference between how good Lord Humongous's ideas are and these idiots. Because at this point in the movie, the lady is like, well, I'll go talk to Humongous. He seems like a reasonable man. What about that seems reasonable to you? Nothing about his whole presentation
gave his word.
None of his presentation is reasonable at all. It's effective, but none of it is reasonable.
All we have to do is walk away.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing about Humongous is he speaks his mind. You know, both sides have problems.
That's
Exactly.
right. There were good people on
Come
both
on.
sides.
But what about his emails, really? You know? All right, here comes Minty.
Oh, he might be feral, but he's got a pure heart.
He's so feral. He's got 80s hair, and he's feral. Oh, there's the darn happy birthday thing.
Oh,
Hey, that's a good gadget you got there.
And then he
Do
growls.
they have to pay royalties for that?
I hope that you read my note for that, Nate, and didn't just think of that on your own.
I thought that was great.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a weird sequence. That kid, man, he freaks me out.
Yeah, he freaks out.
Oh wait, look at that hair.
This is the most Burning Man picture here. You have the cute girl, top knot, sweatband, blanket, dog, people wearing football gear in the background.
While they get stronger, it's finished. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to go to the ice hut and pick up ice now. Okay, 4410. I have no idea how you caught that, Taco, but it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You have to get back just a little bit more, like to 4407 or so, but then hit play.
Lingerie. Oh, remember lingerie?
So dumb. All right, so they tootle around for a while with gas and all the rest, and then so the thing about this scene, so this is the bad guys are trying to get into the compound. They're after chasing Mel Gibson through
a little pre raid shaving going on, which
right.
I guess I have to drink for hairdressing.
Mm-hmm.
You do. I mean, Humongous makes time for the little things.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
And again, all of these scenes, I mean, you could excluding like the quality of the film stock, you could cut in visually anything from Fury Road, and it fits.
Oh yeah, it totally fits. And the thing about Lord Humongous and the rest is, he really tells it like it is. He's one of us. I'd like to have a beer with him. No.
Kaboom.
I'm kidding. 5150. Just hit play right there. Maybe. Here it is. Here it is.
The least effective assault ever.
That guy's awesome.
It's so excessive. Jim Cotta. It's like, dude.
That is a movie we are not going to ever watch for this.
No, I can't do it.
I've seen it. It's bad.
It's really bad. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, more chaps.
Yeah, this was just that. Like, at this point, I noticed that the amount of camera time on that guy's butt is
extraordinary.
Okay, yeah. I think I need to point something out. You mentioned it a couple times in the notes, a couple of you. Chaps, by definition, do not have a cover for the bottom. Okay, so it's not an assless chap, it's a chap.
It's redundant.
Okay, it's redundant. So
it's
I just thought it would be important to point that out.
It's like saying, a shirt that also has armholes.
Yeah, or a... Let's keep it. Okay, yeah, 57. It's just the worst miking ever. Like the sound guy took a day off.
Yeah, but what I want to point out here is how Lord Humongous is successful, because he's obviously on a keto diet. You don't get that shredded by eating whatever garbage you can find in the desert. And this is my theory: he's Tony Robbins. He is a self-help guru.
Hey, these guys know how to party.
He's saying stuff. You can't tell or hear him. He is saying stuff, and you can't hear a damn thing he's saying over the music and the rain and the ridiculousness. And also, Rob, your recording only goes to 1 minute, 1 hour and 4 seconds, and there's like an hour and 30 minutes worth of notes.
Well, we'll see what happens, won't we?
Okay, all right. Let's see what happens then.
That might be it. That might be all we got.
Well, we'll wing it.
That's right. Well, I actually I don't have another copy of it because I had to transcode this in order to get Chrome to render it. Let's see. Where are we at? 102.
Let's keep going. That's okay. I can present. You know. This guy is a bad leader.
Yeah. He likes to just give really long speeches. Like his most effective leadership. His most effective leadership is when he's like, "I don't have time for long speeches, so I'm just going to actually tell you what I need."
So, what I wanted to point out here was a huge missed opportunity by these people. Because this could have been a lone wolf and cub buddy type spin-off show, or a charming cartoon about the adventures of Feral Boy. You know?
Right?
Like, I cannot like if this happened now, that would absolutely happen. You know, there'd be a couple spin-offs from it, but
for sure. So the next note, Chris, if I'm cut off at 106, then I might have somebody else.
Present. I'm ready to present. I can take over. I'll do it now.
Go for it. I'll let somebody else try to scroll
window. It won't be as good as what you're doing, but we might get sound and stuff. Okay, something should be happening right now.
Oh.
I think you might have to let me
stop presenting.
All right, let me do that.
Or confirm that it's okay for me to take over.
Bam, that guy's out. Goodbye, other presenting guy. Do I have to give you permission to present, or can you just seize control of the production? I think we might have lost him.
And you're muted, Nate.
All right. Well, tune in next week.
This episode of Geeks in Space brought to you by Good Enough Productions.
That's right.
Hey.
Hold on, I'm almost there on the other side. 2 seconds. I get it. Nothing. Okay. Boom. Okay. What's our next time code?
We were at 107.33. That's next.
Okay. 7:33.
I'm not hearing any sound.
No.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. He kills the dog, which is...
Yeah, so the bad guy killed the dog, and then he went over to try to get his gas. Bubbles is a piece of fabric in an explosion.
And the V8 Interceptor is no more until, next movie.
117.10.
Yeah, that's the That's the start of it all. It's the
Yeah.
whole reason I watched this movie like a dozen times, when I lived in Jenison, it's the great car chase scene. It's a scene that is emulated in every other Mad Max movie and 1,000 other movies that are ripping it off. So,
All right, so I'm just going to hit play. Look at that.
Yep.
That's good.
It's a great explosion.
Yeah, it is.
Did a
There's
really
lots
nice
of
job.
debris. Like, considering you probably only get one take at that, it's
Yeah.
and now we are in like true classic Mad Max.
Yeah.
What the franchise is for.
one
I
giant
mean-
vehicle being chased by 30 other
This
vehicles.
guy.
Yep.
This guy.
I hate to say it. I ran out of whiskey.
So this is the part I just couldn't get over. Watch this guy adding out his fire.
With his hands, which are also on fire.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
And the look on his face is just so dumb. Oh?
Oh,
Oh no!
I'm
Oh,
frustrated. I'm on fire.
I'm on fire.
Is this how
God.
gasoline works?
Which is too bad because he's probably like the best mechanic of the group. So
You can tell
Probably
because
shouldn't
of
have
how
had
he
him.
handles gasoline.
It's true.
shouldn't
Yeah.
have had him on the burner vehicle.
That guy should have been up front.
So this is where Zan eats it.
Oh.
Sorry, Zan.
When she comes back, she'll be blue.
But what kills me is they have like this tug of war with her body, and like it's on top of all the barbed wire, and I'm like, none of this is gonna feel good. Like if you get her back, she's gonna be basically like all raked up and very, very unhappy. She's dead anyway. And this is a very odd movie. Okay.
It's true.
So this one, I noticed, I just in passing, like, so there are these white road markers all over the place, right? And great flip.
A lot of those.
And all of the white road markers, they managed to not hit them, or they managed to destroy them, and you don't notice it because it's in some frame. But they're remarkable. Like, those markers are like every 100 feet, and they managed to not hit them. I mean, the level of skill of driving is kind of amazing, you know? Just saying.
You don't want to get in trouble with the highway patrol.
You know, the Popo in Australia are serious people. Okay, so this guy is...
What did they call the police force in the first one? The MFP?
I can't remember.
They've got a name. That was what Max was.
Yeah.
He was like
the
a road
Melbourne
cop.
Police Department.
Yeah.
The Melbourne Federal Police. I don't know. He was a cop, right?
Right.
All right, here we go. So the reason I call this out is just how stupid this scene was. So we have this clearly stoned Burning Man guy, and he's like, I think I'm going to touch.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
He forgot how tires work.
Did he stab the tire?
Which being a motor nomad, yeah. I do like that the prisoners on the front of Lord Humongous's vehicle are there the entire chase scene until the point which they're not.
It's just okay. So this was my impossible. Just like so. Lord Humongous throws his little trident thing
Yeah.
at the bad leader of the good guys. So watch. So toss.
Oh,
And
Oh.
how did that angle work? He had this
Dude.
little pokey thing and pointy thing.
all he
Dude,
needed to do was sit back in his chair, and he would have been
That's-
protected.
Because
Well,
Lord
and he
Lord Humongous is double specialized in the throwing of wasteland tridents.
It's
And he
plus
spin a
2.
luck point. He spin
Yeah.
a luck point to re-roll, and that's what happened, man.
And he got a nat 20. And
Yeah, it's
He got that
5%
point.
chance. 5% chance, right?
Okay, so Zen, you called out this scene, and I called out 125 seconds later. This is
Yeah.
the ultimate scene, really, of the whole.
So
thing.
there
You
were
ready?
a couple points in this. First of all, of all the good ideas that have been adopted after the apocalypse, they somehow threw out child restraint seats. Because this movie would be a whole different thing if Pharaoh Boy had to sit in a car seat. That's all I'm saying. Number one. Number two, gas seems to be really, really hard to come by, but somehow nitrous oxide is laying around everywhere because everyone has nitrous in their cars.
And, nitrous oxide is not a byproduct of refining, if I remember correctly.
It takes actual
sulfur
effort
dioxide?
to get it.
I mean, you have to, yeah. All right, so here we go. Let's watch this ultimate scene. Pharaoh Boy climbs out on the hood. He's undone his baby seat.
The Humongous is driving his tractor thing.
The Humongous activates his nitrous.
There's his nitrous, and here we go. And again, this is in a lot of ways kind of a pointless scene because he activated his nitrous just to crash and get out of control.
Well, if only Lord Humongous knows a lot about stuff, knows a lot of things. If only he had learned about momentum.
He's your Lord Humongous.
Yep.
If only he had learned about momentum, he would have known at this point that it wasn't going to work out for him. But no, he generally thinks he's going to plow right through that semi, grab Max on the way through, and live to raid another day.
I mean, I know a lot of you voted for the guy in white, the blonde guy, but really, Lord Humongous, when he gives his word, when he commits to a course of action, he follows through.
That's right.
Right? Vote Lord Humongous. Here we go. He's going for the bullet. He's going for the bullet. So much suspense.
His mouth is too large.
And Zed, or Wes, rather.
It's such a good jump scare. And if you think about it, the guy coming up from the fender, did this inspire Indiana Jones? Did this inspire any number of scenes like this? I think it did.
This movie is all influential, man. Whoa! Man, that kid's creepy.
Everyone's trying out their scary, streamy faces, Like, everyone has a chance to show their screaming faces.
Uh-oh.
And here it is. Here it is.
Do it. Oh.
Spoiler warning. It's not going to go well for Wes.
Oh, no.
So
and
parts.
There he was.
And all the sound is just crashing noises and all the rest. Okay. So I have a mark for 3530 that I'll scooch forward to so we don't anger the algorithm. I just said this is dumb.
Good note. Exit music. I like that. I saw that too.
Okay, but one of the things that was really cool is I managed to find there's a Mad Max museum. So, and you can see it in Street View.
Do they have virtual tours? Because that's what museums do now.
It's out in the outback near where they filmed this thing. Let me share this screen with you.
All I'm saying is if I can't get my picture taken with Lord Humongous at the museum, they should shut the doors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got my picture taken next to Gollum. It seems only fair that you should be able to take your picture next to Lord Humongous.
Nice.
Look at this thing. This is incredible.
Yeah.
And it's probably just his junker, but he's got a lot of junkers.
I like that the guy's standing out front. Like, the Google truck's coming. Let's stand out front.
Look at this guy. He's like, I guess I'm going to be on the computer then, huh?
Fitting for what the Mad Max Museum should look like, too, Mm-hmm. It's not a good piece of architecture. It is literally a cement rectangular building.
With tin.
We got a corrugated
I guess this is a satellite dish here, so we could watch movies. He's got lots of tires.
Yeah, that's where he streams.
I want to go there, man.
No, you
doesn't want to go there. Oh, yeah. Country style.
Next time you're in New South Wales.
It's for sale. It's for sale, dude. Well,
I bet it's a bargain.
So, my roommate in college love this movie so much that I can't begin to tell you how many times we've watched this movie during my 20s.
Look at this person. This walk along in the outback.
That's
As if
Gyro
Lord
Man.
Humongous isn't looking after them. You know?
Maybe that's Feral Boy. He grew up.
Yeah, maybe.
No, Feral
Anyway.
Boy's the narrator of the whole thing.
Sure, but
So
maybe
there
he's
you
like
go.
out there like narrating. Maybe he's recording right there.
Oh yeah, maybe.
All right, I'm gonna stop presenting.
So yeah, it's kind of a silly movie, right?
Mhm.
But
But
it's good.
you
It's
know,
satisfying.
it's very enjoyable, I think, and influenced a lot of movies, a lot of
sure.
action
So many.
movies.
I think the thing
And
that makes me
video
happiest
games.
about it
So
is
many
that
video games.
it actually got a worthy modern era sequel. Like Fury Road is straight up great.
It
And
is straight up great.
and like not a lot of movies that get a modern era remake get that much care and love put into it.
Yeah.
Well, folks,
Yeah.
let's call it. This has been episode 454 of Geeks in Space. I am here today with Chris DeBona,
Thank you so much for joining us.
Nate
Lord
Osterberg,
Humongous.
Vote humongous.
Rob Roseboom.
I'm gonna go unleash my dogs of war, and I'll see you later.
All right, fare thee well, war boys. I am Rob Commander Taco Malda, and hope everybody's enjoying whatever version of the post-apocalyptic wasteland that they're living in. It's not nearly as cool as this one.